Hey kids, you got the car man today. We're going to get the... What are we doing today? First, how the hell are you? I'm doing great. Other than the snow. It's been kind of cold. Anyway, besides all that. So today we got a 4.3 with a bad distributor in it. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to do this because it's one of those jobs, if you know how to do it, it's really simple. And if you don't, it's just a real big pain in the butt. So let me kind of take you through some of the what actually happens with these. See right here? This is the old one. It's just kind of wobbly. And also, if you go to spin it, it may work, may not work. It's just kind of really worn. The bushings in there are just shot. It's just kind of a piece. There you go. See, let's see if I can get you panning me turning it. See, it's kind of not even really working. You should be turning that bottom each time you move it. Here's what it should do in the event that it's a good one. See, when I turn it, it should move. Anyway, probably getting a lot of misfire codes. Your car probably suddenly abruptly died. Maybe you were doing a distributor cap and rotor button and something went awry. Who the hell knows? Anyway, as usual, I get these after someone else has already broke them, and it becomes my job and due task to actually repair it. And at one time, I entertain myself by torturing you and making you learn how to fix it as well, which somehow gives me solace and comfort, knowing that somehow I'm helping the world. Good car man I am. Alright, so let's assume that you've determined that yours is bad and you go on the hunt to buy one of these. That's the first problem. Now, you say, well, everybody's got them. Yeah, they're anywhere from $100, $150. AutoZone, O'Reilly, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's got them. But the way these things are supposed to come is with this mark. I don't know if it's my camera or... Can you guys see that mark? Dead center right there. See a little scribe there? Okay. And down here you'll see a dimple, which is the one, and then you'll see where the rivet goes through or the cog holds the fin on the bottom. Alright, that dimple is what's important. Well, a lot of the aftermarkets don't have that line. What does that mean? If it doesn't have that line, what does that mean to you as a person, as a human, trying to install this? That means you're not going to be able to align the distributor easily. It becomes a guessing game, and you have to be a mathematician and be able to estimate and guesstimate, and it's a big pain in the ass. So, this particular one came from Advance, and it has a scribe on it, but that's what you have to do. You're going to have to order one that has it, and if it doesn't have it, don't buy it. It just ain't worth the pain in the ass if it doesn't. Alright, so when you go to install this, let me kind of teach you how this works. They'll have trying to find it from this side of the camera. Can y'all see that 6 right there? Hopefully you can. There's a 6 and then usually an 8, which is probably leaning off to the side. You see it right there in the center. Well, this is a 6-cylinder, so at the end of the game, when this thing is installed, this button needs to be facing that 6. Just needs to be pointing to it. Let me kind of do it right here. So, sorry about that, guys, but that's how it's supposed to look once you've got it installed and it's bolted in. Alright, you're like, car man, how the hell am I supposed to do that? Alright, I got you. Don't worry about it. Easy greasy, man. We got this. Alright, so that's how it's supposed to look when it's installed. And alright, so I guess the next thing is we're going to put this car on top dead center 1. Easy enough to do. Come join me underneath the car. So now we're actually going to physically do the work. It's a 10 millimeter nut to take, or bolt that takes that out. Pop, it slides out. One little electrical connection. That's it. Go ahead and label your wires while you're pulling them out, unless you know where they're all at. That's not too big of a deal. So it's literally, it's a 10-minute to take it out, and it's a $100 part basically, and That part's no big deal. We're going to assume you're going to take it out. But before you take it out, I want you to set this car on top dead center. And hopefully, we're going to have this thing lined up here on the bottom. That isn't always a guarantee because it's just how life goes. But a lot of times you can get by with that. For some reason, it works out that way. All right, hang on. Let me show you where top dead center's at. Okay, so underneath the car, you see this timing mark. It's nice and straight, and then right to the side of it you'll see a mark on the cover. Straight, then cover. There's actually two timing marks. If you were to look on the outside or the top of this, you would see another one about 3 inches behind it with another pointer, and that's how you would check the timing from the top. But from the bottom, since there's two marks, we're going to go with this bottom one. No problem. Just set it right here and everything will be easy. Now it does require a 15mm socket. Turn it clockwise until you see this first one. You can do it. You can turn it over twice just to make sure that you got them both, and you can mark them too. I've just done this so much that I'm just used to it. But yeah, that's the line. That's what it looks like. It's 15mm socket clockwise till it lines up with that. That's it. You're in top dead center. Congratulations, you win. All right. Okay, and by the way, that's how the distributor is designed to go install. That's why we got to do it this way. Alright, let me go back up to the top and I'll teach you the next stage of this little game. Okay, now that we've set top dead center, the very next thing to do is see where this is going to be in its finished position so we can set up. You see it's right there on the 6, no problem. Yeah, there it is. Sorry, I'm looking through the camera, can't really tell. Alright, so this is where it's sit. This is how it's going to sit in there. It's on the 6. So let's go over to the truck and see how it actually looks when we get it in there. Okay, so we know she sits flat. And we look down at the bottom. You see where the little pop goes through there, the little hole? That one right there that's holding the little fin on the bottom. Alright, so that's where the fin's pointing, okay? And now we're going to have to line up the pump on the bottom so they marry in each other. Because when you slide this in, this has got to go in perfectly or it won't seat. And it kind of spins freely, so it does take a small adjustment. Now I'll give you a little trick. Hold it up just kind of like it would go in. Let's pretend like it would go in like this, flat. And now we're looking for what direction. See it? That's what direction that fin's pointing. So this is really difficult, guys. I love you guys. That's why I do this crap. Alright, you see where the end of the extension is at, coming out of the distributor hole? I don't know if you can see it there on the corner. Anyway, on the edge of where... Let me pull that out. Okay, so we got that sitting there, and we know that this will sit in flat, and we know what direction the fin's pointing based on the hole, okay? So my little trick to this is, if it helps you, this is how I line it up. I just take a socket flat, just like that. You see it's got the corner. This is just like what goes into the oil driver there. So it's just flat. And on the very top, where the flat corners are at, the edges, I put a blue mark. It doesn't matter. It wipes off your tools. Don't be picky. Tools are made to get dirty anyway. So basically, that way you can kind of put it in there and twist it to whatever direction you want. Trying to think of anything else that may be impertinent. Okay, all right. So so we're gonna set this up, the exact angle of what this will be in its finished position. I almost forgot to tell you the best part. So hang on. Okay, so as this thing goes in, it will turn and it will be off. So if you put it in facing the 6 o'clock, when you put it in, it'd be off. So how they make up for that is with this. See that mark right there? Usually it's a yellow line, but you take that and you take this dimple right here. See it, guys? And you line them up. So once you do that, you will no longer be at the 6. So screw the 6 at the top. Now when you put it in and it's in its seating position, it will come back to the 6, and then you know you're done. Alright guys, remember, it does come with a gasket. Remember to put your pinch bolt in, and for God's sakes, plug it back up. See you on the next time. Support your military. See ya, see ya, see ya.